and welcome back to another video. My name is Megan and I'm a professional writer and editor and a published author. We are still settling into our new home and I don't have the best setup quite yet. I know this is kind of boring to look at, but hopefully it doesn't distract you too much. With 2024 quickly coming to an end, many of us are looking ahead at what's to come. I don't know about you, but I am very goal-oriented. I used to make the mistake, at least it was a mistake for me, of setting way too many goals, falling short, and feeling like a failure. I wasn't being reasonable, but now, these days, I'm so laser focused on my writing and other areas of my life are so stable that the only real goals I'm setting for 2025 are writing based. So that's what I'm going to share in this video. These are goals that I feel are a good fit for me, but if you happen to pick up any new ideas or inspiration from this video, hooray. And if you do, be sure to share it with me in the comments. Okay, goal number one, I want to go back to maintaining a content calendar. Back when I was still running my own business full-time, I had a content agency, still do technically. I had a content calendar that I created and stuck to, outlining when I would post on LinkedIn and Facebook to promote my business. It was part of my everyday work. I grew my business to 6 figures, and many things contributed to that, but one big reason is because I was the queen of consistency. And I'm not doing that when it comes to promoting myself as an author. It's much more sporadic. I have a full-time job like many of you, I'm sure, and I always say, oh, I'll post at lunch, I'll post after work, and I rarely do. I need structure and routine. So here's how I'm planning on doing that. I'll show you my screen. This is definitely a work in progress, but here's what I've got started so far. I'm using Trello. It's just the free version, a free account. And what I started doing was putting my YouTube videos, social media posts, and here's an example of what the YouTube video assignment looks like. I created a checklist here for the different steps and then gave those due dates. And then I also have up here the keyword. This is for SEO, the title, published date, which I actually need to update. This is the traffic of that keyword, and then where it's located in Google Drive, where I keep all the material. This is the kind of structure that I need in order to, keep producing a steady cadence of content. And it's also going to help me, I guess, just better measure my efforts and see what's working and what's not. These goals in terms of the number of posts I'm trying to share each day, in addition to more YouTube and more blogging, this might be too ambitious, so I'm giving myself the space and grace to reduce the numbers if needed to maintain the consistency. But consistency, that's the key. Goal number 2, I want to spend more time with other authors and bookworms. Virtual is good, but also in person. There's this website, apparently it's the new meetup, it's called Luma, and I create an event for local authors that I'm hoping someone will show up to here in the Denver area. By the way, if you are in the Denver area, give me a shout, I'd love for you to be there. I've also found some other local groups that I'm planning to attend, and I've started reaching out to local bookstores about in-person events for authors so that I can both attend and host my own to promote my book and my writing in general. Also, writing conferences, those can be a real blast. I talk about them more in this video. I would love to do one in-person event a month and then maybe one virtual event if I can swing it, but I know how important social media is for us. I do feel like between feeling like I need to rely on social and also just being a homebody and incredibly introverted, I need to get out there more and see people face to face. Also, I'm new to town and I need friends. I should have friends here, like-minded people. Social media obviously has a much further reach, or potential reach, I should say, but I think there's something very powerful and very magical about spending time with like-minded people in person. I want more of that. Goal number 3, I want to treat querying like I treated my business. What I mean is that I treated my business like a science experiment. Nobody really taught me how to grow it. It was a lot of trial and error, and I kind of just figured it out along the way. And in the process, I tracked and measured everything. I used the information that I gathered to look for patterns. What was working? What flopped? Double down on what works, and shelve the rest. That was another reason I was able to grow my business to 6 figures. I was very strategic. My current work in progress is hopefully nearing completion. Then it's time to start querying. I've typically been pretty good about tracking my query letters, but I do feel like I could be more refined and intentional about it. A tip that another writer gave me, he said that with Query Manager, start by querying agents who have the fastest response times and use that to kind of test the waters. If you immediately get a bunch of no's, maybe reconsider your query. Now, of course, he was not saying to disregard everything else. I'm still committed to querying agents who I feel are a good fit for me, who I feel would be interested in my manuscript, and we'd make a good team. I've never struggled with that, even though I really feel desperate sometimes to get an agent. I still have never queried an agent just because. I always ensure I have a reason, because I like to imagine that agent responding and saying, "Why do you want to work with me?" And I want to be able to give them a really great answer. But I did think that this was a very creative and unique approach, and it's something I haven't tried yet. So maybe I'll give that a shot. Goal number 4, I want to take outlining even more seriously than I already do. In this video, I shared how I outline my novels. I am a plotter. This is the only way I can write and not end up with a complete mess. I spent a great deal of time outlining my current manuscript, and looking back, I still feel like it wasn't enough. I still ended up with a mess that I had a really hard time getting out of, and in fact, I don't know if I successfully got out of it. My latest rewrite is with my mom and a few friends who have never seen it, so I'm getting fresh eyes on it. And honestly, if this version is like horribly screwed up, I don't know what I'll do. I don't want to abandon it, but I feel so stuck at this point. I've stared at it and read it and changed it so many times. I'm sure you can relate. After a certain point, you just have to call it and say, this is it, and let it be what it is. I'm still good to make smaller revisions, but I'm talking about like another massive rewrite. I just don't think I have it in me. This was another hard lesson I had to learn. I've been exploring not the 3-act structure, not the 4-act structure, but the 7-act structure. I also bought this book. Funny story, I used to work in film, and someone bought me Save the Cat for screenwriting. And on Twitter, I kept seeing people saying how amazing this book was, and I'd always think, are all these authors writing screenplays too? No, there's a Save a Cat for writing novels. I guess I should have assumed that. Anyway, it's got amazing reviews. I've heard good things, so I'm going to give it a shot. Also, I was talking about this on Twitter, and I want to show you this exchange, which helped me tremendously. Big shout out to Nicholas if you happen to see this video. This is the first time I've heard of the 50 points thing. I can see that really helping me, so thank you. Make sure you pause here so you can read all this. I used to be impatient with plotting just because I wanted to write. Now I look at plotting like a game or a puzzle. I enjoy it now. I just need to be better and more thorough. Goal number 5, don't judge me. I want to be a little more cocky. I'm very confident with my writing, and I'm comfortable speaking that way with my husband in private. But when it comes to sharing my writing and my successes with writing outwardly, I clam up. I'm always worried about sounding full of myself. But oddly, when I see other authors, especially women, who are confident, I'm like, hell yeah, you go girl. And then I think, I wish I was like that. And I can be like that. It's a choice, plain and simple. I have to decide that I know I'm that good, and furthermore, that it's 1,000% acceptable to share that attitude and mindset with others. Because it is. I am that good, and it is acceptable. In general, I want to carry myself with more confidence. I set the tone. If I love myself really hard and I love my writing and I proudly share it, energy is contagious, and it also defines what you attract back to you. I need to be more mindful of that. Also, I'm really good at being other people's cheerleader. I'm a great cheerleader. Why can't I do that for myself? I'm going to work on that more. That's it for my 2025 writing goals. I'm pretty happy with these, and I'm excited for next year. I have a plan, I have targets to aim for, and I'm feeling hopeful. I can remember several manuscripts ago, I was like, if this one doesn't get me an agent, that's it, I'm done, I'm throwing in the towel. Well, here we are. I love writing too much. I can't quit. That's all for today. If you have goals you're thinking of for 2025, I would love to hear them, and I'd love to be able to be there to support you. So drop them in a comment, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.